Hey everyone, today I'm going to be making some new freebie postcards for my Etsy store. I decided to do this because previously I was just sending out prints that I was trying to get rid of, and there wasn't really like a consistency to the free things that I was sending people. So I wanted to design something actually dedicated for that purpose, and I decided on doing a design based off of an embalming fluid jar, glass bottle, I don't know. I have one of these sitting in my living room at home, and so that's where I got the idea from. As you can see, I'm using Clip Studio Paint here to get the design. Typically, I don't start just with digital. I will sketch it in my physical sketchbook first and then transfer the design or have the design open in my sketchbook while I'm drawing digitally, which is what I did here, so there's no traditional sketch underneath. I'm using the grid here. I'm really bad at telling distance, so in these types of things I always use a grid. You can tell because I'm having a really hard time fitting the word embalming here. Just redoing and erasing and redoing and erasing. And even on the final thing, as you'll see, it does kind of look crooked or not centered, but I was kind of happy with the hand-drawn quality. This is all hand lettering. I didn't like type anything. I didn't really use a reference. I kind of just went with my like gut here, I guess. And so it does look obviously handmade, which is good. I want it to look handmade. So I've got the sketch in, and then I start trying to figure out the background color and things like that, just making some adjustments to the wording location, I don't know, and adding in a couple of things that were on the original sketch that I was worried about not being able to fit in on the final drawing. But yeah, here's that background coloring check. I tried a couple different options. It's kind of hard to see because my screen recording software doesn't actually show when I'm opening like menus and stuff. So there's some parts that look kind of like blank space, but are actually just me fooling around with different settings and things. But anyways, then I'll start the line art. Yeah, I don't know. Watch me draw line art for a while because I am tired of talking about this. Okay, with the finished file, we are back, and in just a minute, I'm going to move on to actually printing these out and sealing them and cutting them to show you the rest of the process as well. But yeah, I think it came out super cute. Just making some final adjustments here. I said earlier I didn't really use a reference, but obviously I used the label that I was looking at as a reference, just as far as the lettering and stuff. I didn't use a reference. Anyway, here's me printing everything out. So I use GIMP for this, and I just copy the PNG, the exported PNG into GIMP, and print them 2 at a time just to like maximize the amount that I'm printing out. Make sure there's enough space in between them so that I'm not like cutting off any edges or borders. And then yeah, then I just get it printed out. So I have to adjust the printer settings, but there it goes. Here it comes out of the printer. Okay, time to seal and cut. I use these Avery self-adhesive labeling things. They're, I don't know, meant for like laminating documents, which I guess is technically what I'm doing here. And I'm only going to laminate the front because I want to be able to handwrite a thank you note on the back. I usually don't pull the laminating sheet all the way off like this. That was an accident. I usually leave a little bit stuck to the end so I can just slip the paper in there. But sometimes that doesn't always work. So after I get the sheet on there, I'm just pressing out with my hand first, really gently, to try and smooth it and get any big pockets of air out of the way. And then I'm going to go in here with a ruler with a plastic edge on it to get the rest of the air out and make sure that there's no wrinkles or anything like that, weird looking spots. I basically am just trying to get it as tight to the laminating sheet as possible. So I do a couple passes with that, and then once that's finished, we'll move on to cutting. Okay, so this part, I'm just roughly cutting off the edges, especially to get that sticky laminating stuff off. I did a really bad job here with the camera angle because I was trying to pick it up and hold it while also getting everything in the camera. And yeah, it doesn't look good, but there we go. You can see I've cut off some of the excess, and now it's time to go in and cut carefully. I did actually mess these up, and I messed them up and made them kind of so crooked that I ended up ordering like a paper cutter so that I don't have to do this by hand anymore. This was like the final straw, actually. So pretty soon I'm not going to be cutting these with just like scissors. I'll actually be cutting them with a proper paper cutter. But if you are thinking about doing stuff like this and you want to go like ultra DIY, just like what you have in your house, it is doable to do with scissors, but I think it didn't turn out great because I was kind of trying to rush it. I have cut straight with scissors before, but this was not one of those times. So you'll see when I cut both of these out that I just go for like the best looking one out of the two to finish up this video. But maybe that's too much information. I don't know. I'm just trying to be honest. And we're back with the really bad camera angles again too. Okay, so you can see I discard that one because it's crooked. And then that is the one I'll actually be using because the cut is a little bit straighter. You can still tell that it's crooked, but it's not as bad. This was the first time that I printed these out as well, obviously, because I just designed them. And then I'm writing my thank you note on the back. The marker I was using was dying, so we're going to use a Posca marker instead to write our little thank you note. Of course in pink, because everything I do is pink. And there we go. She's finished. I think she looks really cute.